Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Genesis Dorsey, and today we are going to be doing a special broadcast. I sent an email out to all of the print school students. If you're not a part of that free email list, you want to go to glamprintgo.com/print school. The same link is actually below in the description box. You can join the email list for free. So I sent out a email that had two upcoming live streams that we're going to be doing for the next 2 weeks. But I wanted to use this one as kind of a prerequisite to some of the other content that we're going to be doing. And we are going to be doing a community building. Hey, Ash. We're going to be doing a community building month where I'm going to teach you over the course of 4 weeks how to actually build your community online here through Print School, which is here on YouTube. But today we're going to be doing some kind of rehashing some basic principles because we're getting a ton of new subscribers, a ton of people who are excited to build their planner or journal business or e-commerce business or print on demand business. And I want to make sure that we cover some basics again, right? We have to do this every now and then to make sure everyone really understands the business part of making beautiful and amazing things and selling them to our clients and our customers. So today we're going to talk about the number one thing that you need when it comes to your planner and journal business. Okay. And again, my whole goal is to get a lot of planner and journal content out ahead of time. Why? Because I want you guys to have this whole year to really grow that business, right? And then we're going to move into e-commerce. We're going to move into print on demand for all my print on demand students. But I'm trying to get the planner and journal stuff out of the way just so that you guys have content that you can really kind of just marinate on and use. So I talk about this C word a lot, and it's because it is the basis of your business, okay? And one of the things and we're going to get to questions, guys. One of the things, so Ash, thank you for asking. One of the things that I think that a lot of people miss is that people run to YouTube to learn about all the different things, right? And that is amazing. That's how a lot of you guys discovered me. You wanted to learn how to launch a planner, how to design one, how to make one, and whether it's a planner, a journal, a book, it could be whatever it is. Some of you came across because you were looking to launch a mug business. Some of you came across because you wanted to learn about print on demand. But at the end of the day, the most important thing that any business can have is community. And today we're going to spend time talking and really, hopefully, I can teach you about the basics of building that community so that you actually will have a business. All right. A lot of times we have products, but we don't have a community. And I'm going to be sharing with you some no-nos, some yes, definitely do that strategies so that you will not waste your time. One of my biggest worries for many entrepreneurs is that we waste our time doing things out of passion instead of strategy. And I'm all about passion, but passion has to be navigated in order for it to be effective. You can be the most passionate person. You can love planners and journals, and you can love apparel and t-shirts all day, but your passion, if not strategically positioned, it can actually become a con, and you'll end up doing all these things and wasting all of your time and having all these rabbit holes that you've been chasing. So one of the things that I talk about a lot for planner and journal businesses is taking your time. A lot of people don't want to listen to me because they're like, oh, I want to launch my planner and journal business overnight. And all I need is, the design and that, and then bam, I'm done. And if you've ever heard, and I've talked about this in several videos, but I will keep on bringing it back up until you hear me like on the back of your hand. I recommend a minimum of a year. Now, I've allowed people and said, yeah, this 6 months, okay, cool. But my recommendation is to actually take a year building up your business before you even launch your product. If you can do 2 years, that would even be better. I know some of you are like, what's too long? But you have to remember that there are a lot of things you have to get done to start a business, right? You have to get legal, which we're going to be talking about next week. How to get everything legalized, how to get, your copyrights and your trademarks and all that good stuff. But it's really, really important because if you don't take your time, you're not really going to be building a business. You're going to be building a quick passion project that you have all this energy. Hey, Danica, and then you just run out of energy because you were just passionate, right? So I always tell people, if you don't have the patience to build the business, you're not going to have the stamina to run the business. I'm saying again, if you don't have the patience to build it, you're not going to have the stamina to run it. And so you don't want to get hype to like, oh yeah, launch your business. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then when it's actually time to be consistent and show up when you don't feel like and all that good stuff, you're like, oh my God. It's because it takes time. And so, the one reason why I want you guys to take at least a year to build your business is so that you can build your community, right? And you guys know the strategy behind this, which I've taught many times. And that is that if you can spend a year gathering people, when you do launch your business, you're going to have a pool of customers to sell to, versus you launch a product and you have no tribe to sell to, and you're struggling for months and you've already made a product, but you have no one to sell it to. Or you've sold it to like 30 people and like that's it. So we're here to run a business. So I want to do something really quickly because I want to make sure that I am getting this in and out of your head to understand this concept. So we're going to take a calculator. Okay. I'm going to show you something real quick. We're going to take a calculator and we're going to, give me a second. I'm just going to take $5,000. Okay. And I'm going to divide this by $30. So if you said hey, I want to make a minimum of $5,000 a month, that will bring you to $60,000 a year gross. That does not include expenses, taxes, anything like that. Anything, it's just gross. So before taxes, let's say you wanted to make $60,000, which puts you at 12 months making $5,000 a year. Okay, $5,000 a month. So if you wanted to make $5,000 a month minimum with this business, you would need to sell a minimum of 166.6666667 planners or journals a month if they were listed at a price of $30. So let's say you were $30. Again, we have not talked about the unit cost or anything like that, but let's say it was $30. Okay, at retail, you would need to sell 166 of them a month to just make $5,000 gross. Okay, let's say they were $40. Okay, we'll take $40. Take $5,000 divided by 40. You would need to sell 125 of them. So you need to sell 125 of your journals a month to just make $5,000. Okay, and this is where I have to use a calculator to wake up a lot of people because we get so excited about making stuff. But let's talk about if you just wanted to just, again, this is before taxes, $5,000. This is before expenses, $5,000 with a planner or journal. You would need to sell 166 of them at $30 or 125 of them at $40 to just make $5,000 a month. Again, before taxes, before expenses, before paying yourself. Right? So when we think about that, right? We think about that let's just think about that concept. Okay. I need to build community. This is why my channel is more focused on the business of printed products and printed apparel, different things. Because a lot of times what's missing is that you can learn how to design stuff and make stuff on YouTube for free, right? But the one thing that people are not talking about is the business of it. Right. So, yeah, you've made a planner and yeah, you've made a journal. But the question is it selling? And then the question next becomes, can you actually make this into a business? And so this is why before we even launch a product, we're going to take a huge step back. Because the thing about a business is that the business is bigger than the product. The product is what will be the vehicle for the revenue to come into your business. But at the end of the day, if there is no community at the foundation of the core, remember, as I always teach, your products can change. You can launch a planner one day, a workbook another. Products changes, but the core of the business, that is the same. So let's talk about what does community look like. I've taught on this in different ways, but we're going to bring it together kind of as a one-on-one video. So the first thing is that you have to understand what is the mission of your planner or journal business, because you have different types of planners and journal businesses. You have planner and journal businesses that aren't really like niche based. It's more of like we make blank and dated calendars that don't really have a niche. They're just blank, printed calendars, and that's great. And planners and journals, that's great, right? We talked about how when we did the planner and journal haul that I did at Marshalls and Home Goods, we saw a product that was like this, right? Where it was very generic, very basic, didn't have really too much to it. It was a gratitude journal, but it was pretty basic, right? But it's a part of a company called Clementine Paper, and they specialize in paper products, right? And so you think about, okay, what is our community about? Like, what is our mission? And a lot of times your mission will attach to, especially if you are a niche-based business, like whatever your mission is. So like if you are, again, like let's say you make a planner for moms on the go, first year moms on the go, right? So of course your base is for first year moms, right? Like that's who you're for. And so you would have a mission within that. What is our mission to do? What is the goal that we want to have with first year moms? What are we trying to help them do? What are we trying to help them accomplish, right? And so then that becomes the mission, that becomes the vision, that becomes the kind of the running mark, right, of your organization, of your company. And then that's going to become the voice that you talk through to your community to reach them. And then that shapes the content that you put on your platform. I think a lot about this when I talk to t-shirt companies, because a lot of times people feel like because they're launching a t-shirt company, like they don't have to really have like, oh, I'm just selling t-shirts. But your t-shirt company has to have a vision, it has to have a mission, it has to have a community around it. So it's more than just like we're building a community of people who like want to buy t-shirts, but what is the actual, like, what is your mission as a t-shirt company? What makes you different than another t-shirt company? And so I want you guys this week, actually not this week, sorry, but the next week, sorry, it's Friday. The next week, I want you guys to spend time really thinking about, how am I building community? It's funny because here on our YouTube channel, that's what we've done, right? At Print School, which is now the new name for it. But I had a mission. I wanted to help entrepreneurs or new entrepreneurs, people who wanted to become entrepreneurs. I wanted them to learn the business around printed products, planners, journals, print on demand. And so I showed up with content that helped them to achieve that. A lot of my video content is long because I want people to understand like the inner depths of things. I don't want them to just understand surface concepts, but I want them to actually understand the why of something. Why am I doing this? So, when I tell you, hey, spend a whole year building up your community, I'm telling you why. I'm giving you the strategies and the reasoning behind it so that you understand why you're doing what you're doing. And so that was my mission. And then, what happened was that as I was beginning to provide that content, more and more people came, and that formed community, right? And where we had a mission, okay? We had a mission. And with that mission, I was able to create products that helped to feed that community. So that's why for some of you guys, you've purchased the, my $500 planner and journal business ebook, or for some of you guys have purchased the pre-orders now, because we have the Canva Design Bootcamp that just opened up. That'll be on January the 25th. And so I created products that match the community that I was building. And so you have to realize for your business, what is the community? And then building and gathering people that match the mission, that match what the mission is about, right? And so don't just have a planner journal. Don't just have a t-shirt company. Have a community that supports your products, because you'll find that there is going to be a stronger value with that. And actually, this is a great question Spiritual Cosmetics asked, because this kind of links to what we're talking about. Hey, Genesis, do you know anything about crowdfunding a journal planner? I have a number of high-level planners on Kickstarter, for example, the Evo planner, I think Horatio Printing's Dream Planners. I love Horatio Printing. I love their plan. Actually, I got one of their face-based planners a couple years ago, and I fell in love with it. And so I can do a video about it. I've personally never done any crowdfunding behind planners and journals, but I can share with you some principles that go into crowdfunding. I'm sure that there may be hopefully like someone who's actually been in that space. Now, I will say that your question is great, because it kind of brings back the point that we're talking about today. Crowdfunding is all about community. That is exactly what it is. It's basically a way, crowdfunding is a way to raise capital for your business or a product via people giving towards that end goal, right? So crowdfunding is like where you could say, hey, I'm looking to launch this business where we're going to launch, this particular planner or journal. And so really it's a way to raise capital in public. That's basically what it is. It's a way to get people to get behind a product. Yeah. And that's really because the amount of capital that they needed, right? They needed more money than what they had. And so what they did was they used community to help them raise the money. I think that one of the things that you will see, though, this is important. A lot of the planners that have been on like Kickstarter or like crowdfunding sites, right? If you look at how they raise a lot of that money, it really came from doing a couple things. The first thing is that they really use social media, and so what they were doing is they were giving people an idea of like the planner, what it looked like. They were running Facebook ads behind it, right, so that people could really get behind the mission. So a lot of times, if you want crowdfunding to really take off, it takes time for you to connect with the masses, right? And so again, it takes like really using social media, really having a product that's different. Crowdfunding works well when you have a product that is different than what people have seen out there, right? I think that like that's what like Passion Planner like just went out the water with that, where with Passion Planner, it was a product that was really different than what a lot of people had saw in the planner and journal world, and it took off. But a lot of times when we look at planners and journals and really raising capital through crowdfunding, it really means two things. Really using social media, showing people what they're going to get, creating diversified levels of giving within your crowdfunding that is beneficial to the people, asking people what they're wanting, what they're looking for. But again, a lot of times those crowdfunding projects took off because they were also to running social media ads, and the ads weren't to buy anything because they didn't have they didn't have the product launch, but it actually was to get people to place orders through crowdfunding. So like if you look at a lot of these planner crowdfunding things, what happens is that you would give, right? And then that giving gift would include a copy of the planner that you wanted, right? So you really didn't mind giving because you really wanted that planner to exist. And the great thing about most crowdfunding sites is that if the project doesn't get off the ground, you get your money back, right? So again, I'm going to say that you can do it. I think anyone who has like the desire to do it can do it. I think it's just that you have to be ready to like really use social media, really use social media ads to really push that through. Again, crowdfunding is all about community. It's building community, building people who are like, yeah, I can't wait for this product to come out. I've been waiting, right? And I have been a part of some crowdfunding investings where like, I, gave towards something because I really wanted it to exist. And I was following it on social media, and I was following, their journey. And, it made me feel like I was a part of something. And that's why people really get behind crowdfunding missions, because they feel like they are a part of this journey that the person is taking, or the company is taking, or the organization is taking. And so you're not just giving, but you're like a part of that community. Does that make sense? So again, I'm just kind of rehash because we're pretty much done. I want you guys for the next 7 days to really focus on your community. And I want you to come up with a community strategy. I want you to figure out, number one, okay, what is our community about? Right? Because the community is going to help push the products, right? Number two, so not just what is our community about, but what is our mission? What is it that we look to do through our products? So you're not just making products because you wanted to make a product. You're making a product because you want someone to achieve something, to receive something, to experience something, right? Every great product or service is built on people feeling it, seeing it, smelling it, tasting it, whatever kind of touch or whatever kind of connection there is. For instance, I've bought planners because I wanted to achieve something, right? I wanted to plan out my day and things like that. But then I bought different planners that had different niches and focuses that helped me to achieve different things. Like I have a great the Grind Babe fitness journal, which I absolutely love, and I'll probably talk about on a video one day. Actually, she was someone who saw one of my videos and created this planner, and I absolutely love it. And so Grind Babe, she created this fitness journal, and I love it because it's helped me to track not just my fitness journey, but just being a holistic person as just overall. And so it had a niche focus, and it helped me to accomplish something. And then I may, for instance, I've bought a purse, and that purse, it didn't help me to accomplish something, but it helped me to experience and feel something. It helped me to, put things and organize them on my day, but it also helped me to experience a brand that I really loved. So different products and services, the goal is that great products help you to experience something, either something that make you laugh, smile, be calm. There's a reason I go to a certain spa, because they make me experience peace and tranquility, and different spas have different focuses and different goals, but the point is that any great product is not just about the product itself, but about what is the mission, what do we want people to do. So I want you to really, like, okay, think about this, like, okay, Gigi, I'm hearing you say I need to really make sure, number one, do we have a community, does that community exist? Number two, what is our mission? What is it that we actually seek for people to do? And then number three is, are you creating content that helps that mission? Because it's about the product, it's about the content, right? For instance, when we released the My $500 Planner and Journal ebook, we got over 300 of you guys to place orders. That is phenomenal. I'm like still going crazy about that. People are still buying those ebooks that we just launched a couple of days ago. But it's just the fact that, like, what drove it was the content, right? It was me providing content that said, for you guys, I asked you guys, what did you want? And you said you wanted the ebook, right? I asked you what you wanted next, and a lot of you guys said, hey, Genesis, I want that Canva design bootcamp for my planner and journal, which is, now open. And so it's really about providing content that matches the mission. Right. So that's what I see. What I'm doing with this channel, I want you to do in your business. Like, I'm really trying to show myself as an example, the best that I can, or my level that I can, to show you how you can do the same thing in your business. I've built different businesses doing different things. And let me tell you, the number one thing that has remained the same is building community. Whether I'm building community here in Wilmington, whether I'm building community through the family business and working with families in the school, whether I'm building community where I work, where I'm working with creatives who want to build their agencies or their creative businesses, right? No matter what business I have built, or genesisdorsey.com, where I'm working with entrepreneurs who are geniuses and wanting to package their genius into online courses and digital products and passive income. No matter what community I've built, back in 2012 when I launched an online ministry where we were able to build over 10,000 women online to receive downloadable content. Believe me, I've put in some work. It's been because of community. It's been because I did not put the horse I didn't put the cart before the horse. I said, you know what, before I launch a product, before I launch a service, let me figure out, number one, who am I for? Let me connect with them. Let me take the time and be patient. Instead of me rushing to launch a book or a workbook or a course, let me first get the people together, okay? So that I can talk to them, so that I can give them exactly what they wanted. With this channel, I never ever made a planner or journal. Like, I've done like a few things here and there, but we never did an ebook for a while until this year, until 2020, guys. And it's crazy because I decided to, instead of like rushing things, and I had done like courses here and there, but it really didn't hit until I said, you know what, let me focus on feeding you guys so that you guys can tell me what you want, right? And then when I did that, I saw the return because I fed you guys exactly what you wanted. Okay. And I'm teaching you guys to do the same thing. In business, it's not about how fast you get there. It's really about making sure you get there, making sure you hit the goals that you hit in your business, because every business is different. So let me answer some questions, and I'm going to hop off here. So I'm going to start backwards. Mug Bootcamp Biz up next. I think that's my major problem, patience. So for me, as I talked about in the original Starting Your Mug and Journal Business, which I'm actually going to do a redo of that video, which I'm really excited about. We'll be doing an updated version. But with the mug business, it really happens two ways. This is like a quick kind of answer. But either you're going to buy them in bulk, right, which we talk about, where you can buy them from like, wholesale mug places with a design on them, or you can buy them print on demand, which is much more expensive, and you're kind of just getting one print off at a time, excuse me. And the one thing that for me, mugs are a great business, but you have to have some kind of niche around them. They're a product just like any other product, and so you really have to figure out how you're going to carve out your competition. You have to figure out what's going to make you different. You got to figure out what you're going to bring to the table that is worth it. Being a business, any business is like this, right? With mugs, there's also two shipping because they're fragile items, and so you have to have a packaging strategy. There's actually YouTube videos that I've watched here on YouTube that are amazing on how to pack mugs, how to ship mugs because they're very fragile, and you know what materials you'll need for those things. So just look on YouTube for some of those kind of videos, and I think the other thing with a mug business is that I think at the end of the day, kind of what I said, you gotta have some kind of niche around it because it's like, just like it's like t-shirts. Mugs are like t-shirts. Mugs are like any other product. You gotta figure out what you're gonna do with them, and then two, how hard are you gonna go? Because remember with mugs, you have the margins, and so you want to make sure that like okay, it's value is the name of the game, right? We talk about this with products. Any product that's under shoot $500, right? If shoot even $1,000, but mostly $500. Volume is the name of the game. You want to sell as much as you can, so that you can actually build a real business, especially for small business owners. So just those are some things I would definitely think about. But I'll consider. I probably will not do. I may do some free videos on mugs, but probably not like a paid one. Um, Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Okay, so I saw a question. So Ash asked, I don't have any design experience. Would you still recommend your upcoming design with Canva course for a beginner like me? And so the Canva Bootcamp has opened up. It's going to be an online course and it will be open on January the 25th. Right now it's open for pre-order, and pre-order is when you get the discounted cost. Right now it's $97 and $100. For the $100, I'm going to teach you how to design your planners and journals. And so this is going to help you really cut down costs. However, I will say this, as I've taught many times before, if you don't have any experience in, like if you don't have an eye for design, I wouldn't recommend wasting your money. I'm not desperate for your guys' coins. Okay. That's why I built my businesses. Okay. So I can use this as like a side passion project. I'm not in need of your guys' coins. So I'm going to tell you, like, if you're wasting your money, if you let me give you a strategy that I've learned in business. Only do what you're good at. Whatever you're not good at, outsource, because you will waste your time. I've had people tell me, Genesis, I'm not really good at design, but I'm gonna take this course. I can learn how to design my planner and journal. And then I asked them, I said, are you looking to have a planner and journal, or are you looking to have a well-designed one? Like, well, I want to have like one that can be like the one that's in the store. Well, the one you see in the store were made by designers, not by someone who DIY'd it. And that's like for me, like there are some aspects of business I'm not good at. So I'm not going to do it. I'm going to find someone else to do it. I only recommend the Canva Bootcamp for people who have at least an eye for design. You don't have to be an expert. You can be a beginner, but you have to be somebody that like enjoys design and, being on the computer for, a couple hours, because I have friends in that's not them. They don't want to be on the computer for a couple hours, and that's not them. So they need to find a graphic designer. And again, many times, actually all the time, paying a graphic designer is a better outcome if that's something that you don't want to do. This boot camp is going to be for people who want to do it. They actually want to do all the design work, but it's going to teach you how to design like me. Okay. Because for me, maybe I'm just a little like too much of like a little girly girl, but I'm really big into like my designs. Like if you look at the ebook for the My Planner Journal business, you will see how I made that girly girl. Okay. And I care about design. I do. I care about how something looks, and I want it to be good. I want it to be really nice. And so I have been a part of or have seen other design like Canva and journal, like Canva journal and planner design classes or courses. And to me, the design was not comparable to what I would buy in a store. Like I would not see myself buying that product because like the boxes, like things were just basic, and it looked like it was designed on Canva, to be honest. And like and again, that works for many people who are just trying to get a product out. But I'm into the business of things, so I believe that it should look like could be on the shelf of Target tomorrow. And so if you want to learn how to design like that, then this is going to be it. We are going to use Canva, so that Canva is a software that anybody can use. But my biggest concern is making it look like it can sell on the shelves of any major distributor overnight. So I'm going to show you how I would design. I'm going to show you how, if you ask me, Genesis, can you create this in Canva for me? I'm going to show you how we're going to get the rose patterns. I'm going to show you on how we do the font, the differences in fonts, and why that is good why it looks like that. We're going to talk about how to form um, shoot tables. Like, you know, when you look at stuff like this, you can make this in Canva. This is pretty, right? This is really pretty. I just don't want things to be basic. It should be pretty. That's how I invent it. I like designs, you know, like things like this. Like, this is pretty. This is pretty. I want designs like this. So if it doesn't look like this, then like we're not doing it. Okay, so I want pretty stuff. So I'm going to show you guys, even though like the cool thing about my boot camp is I'm going to show you guys how I designed the Royal Prayer Journal as well. So you can actually see, because there are some secrets y'all just don't know about. But I'm going to tell you guys how I designed it. And yeah, you're going to be learning a lot overnight. So what is the pre-sale? The pre-sale is over the night before the 25th, which is the 24th. That's when it ends. So again, hop on as soon as you can. It's $97. It includes the online course, so you actually will get the online. You'll be enrolled to the online course for a lifetime. So whether you're going to design today, you're going to design next year, you'll have the content. How many design pages should one have before they repeat in your journals? I hope it's everyone. Yes. So we call those master pages. And I'm going to be teaching about that in the actual design bootcamp because it's really important to know. So the amount is really determined upon what you're making and how you want it to be and what you want it to be and what you know what you want to be inside. As far as repetition is usually where it's something is like dated, right? So like let's say for instance you have a 3-month planner, right? And so you have your monthly sections that are the same in every section, and those are going to be repeated. But how many pages is determined upon what you want them to do or achieve in that month. For instance, and it's how it's laid out. You know, and there's a haul video I did here on YouTube like 2 weeks ago that, you know, you can watch where I've talked about different planners that I got from Marshall's. It's just like a haul and how they laid it out. So like for instance, in this one, they do a monthly overview. They break it down the weeks. They have some note pages and then it repeats. It depends on like how simple your product is or how complicated. I've seen some planners where it'll have a monthly overview. It'll have weekly breakdown. It'll have like goal sheets, vision sheets. Like it depends upon what your layout is. And I'm going to be talking about that in the boot camp because there's different ways to lay it out. But those are what we call master pages. Your master pages are the pages that are the same. But like, for instance, if you have a dated planner, all your pages won't get repeated because they're all different. That's the one thing about having a data planner. Data planners take a lot more time than an undated one. An undated one, you can just copy the pages because the pages don't have anything on them that are detailed, like a date or a year or whatever, right? But dated ones do. Like a dated planner, for instance, like this one's a 2020 dated planner. So you couldn't repeat. Like, I mean, you could, but like, for instance, in May, it has the May calendar for 2020. You can't copy that because it's going to be different if I go into April. The weekly sheets, I mean, some of it could be the lines, but as far as like each of the days, they're all different, you know? So it's like some things, hopefully that makes sense, but like your actual design pages, like you don't want to have too much, but you want to have enough to where it does what you've told people that they will achieve. Does that make sense? So hopefully that's not too complicated in my answer, but I can't give you a number because it's based upon what you want them to do in their planner or journal, right? I just say, again, just think about the thickness. You know, we talked about this, I think, in another video, but like, you know, you don't want them to have a book. You want them to have a planner or a journal, right? Not to say that it can't be a thick one, but like a lot of times, remember, the content is to help them plan. Just make sure you're not going overboard. Okay, so guys, again, thank you so much for watching. Again, your homework from this video is to focus on your community. Okay, so your homework is to do a couple of things like we rehashed and talked about. You want to make sure, number one, that you have a community. Okay, what are you building? You want to make sure that your community has a mission. There's something that you want them to do as a goal from being a part of your community. And then thirdly, you want to make sure that your content that you're creating matches the mission of your community. Whether it's YouTube content and video content, whether it's social media content and posts, whether it is your website having blog articles, making sure that you're feeding your community with content that fits the mission. So, like if I was a first year mom community and we're making a planner for first year moms on the go, then I need to create first year moms on the go kind of content that will help them to be to really benefit from the community, right? Because that's going to actually help you sell your products because people see you more than just a business, but actual community where they can eat from. Okay. So, how can people eat from you? That's a great question. How can people eat from the community or business that you've built? How are you helping to really stick behind that mission that you've stated for your business? Okay. So, guys, again, thank you so much, so much, so much. I did want to answer one question I got off of a different video, which was, is the it was someone asked a question about the my $500 planner and design, planner and journal ebook. So just to kind of set some things just to help you guys. Number one, it is an ebook that teaches you how to take $500 and then break down what would you spend it on, and then it teaches you how to basically through 6 months of how to take a $500 budget and launch your planner or journal business in 6 months. Okay, so that's what that resource is for. It was requested by my tribe because they wanted to know, hey, if I don't have a whole bunch of money, how can I still get my dream off the ground? And that will actually teach you how to do it. Now, again, I have to say this again. Some people said, well, Genesis, I wanted to create a spiral bound. If you have a $500 budget, you cannot create a spiral bound. Okay? And again, you can do it whether you want, but you're going to go past the $500 mark. I can tell you that much. And so it is for, if you have a $500 budget, you're going to be doing a paperback printed product. Because again, I'm the business girl. So I'm saying, listen, if I only have $500, I'm not doing a spiral bound because I'm going to break my budget. So it's going to have to be paperback. And some of you guys are so, into that. But remember, your first product does not have to be your best one. It has to be a good one. So you may launch with a paperback version and then expand into spiral bound. If you want to do spiral bound, you're going to need to stack up a couple thousand to get that done. So you can purchase the product at a healthy enough unit cost to make a profitable outcome. Okay. Some of you guys said, oh, well, I got spiral bound, but it cost me $17 to print. That's way too high. Couldn't it? No, unit cost should be below max $10. The goal should be, the max should be $6. $10 is like $6. Okay, that's not bad. Get even lower, sure, but you'll need to spend a couple more $1,000s. So just please note that. I've been getting questions. People are like, Genesis, I wanted this, but it doesn't talk about spiral bound. I'm like, that's because you can't, that's not the budget. Okay. Yeah, I will be doing a boot camp that will not be now. Probably in April, that is going to do the generic version of what my prayer journal bootcamp. So my prayer journal bootcamp teaches students on how to launch a prayer journal business, getting the spiral bound, overseas vendors and all that. But not everyone's launching a prayer journal or spiritual faith-based journal. A lot of you guys are launching planners and journals that are not faith-based. So what I'm doing is I'm going to do it the same kind of teaching, but for anyone trying to make planners and journals overseas, and you have a couple thousand to actually build that business. That is what's going to teach you how to do all that. Okay, but that will not be coming probably until like April because it's a lot. And the workbook for the prayer journal bootcamp was over 102 pages. It was I broke down everything. If you thought that the my $500 one was intense, you have not seen anything yet with that prayer journal. That was intense. So I need to do the same thing, but for generic, so just give me time. Guys, I will see you guys later. If you have not purchased the my $500 planner journal bootcamp, planner and journal business ebook, you need to get that. It's going to take you 6 months to go through. So this is one of those, you invest one time, you use it. Okay. And then the other one is that the Canva design bootcamp, you want to pre-order that. The link is also with this video. You want to pre-order that and get your seat for that, please, because it's going to be amazing. We're going to be doing a course that's going to be offered as a course, but we will be doing a live Q&A night for everyone who pre-orders. It will only be open to those who pre-order. So if you don't pre-order, you're not doing the live and Q&A night. Okay, it's going to be a special night that I'll be doing on Zoom where anyone who's pre-ordered will be able to ask design questions, and I'll be showing them outside of the course some live things that they can do, and you'll be able to ask pretty much whatever you desire, and I'll be showing you how to do it within Canva. Okay, guys, I'll see you guys later. I will see you guys soon. And if you have not joined the email list, go to Glam Print Go. Matter of fact, let me show you guys. The link is right here. You want to go to glamprintgo.com/school. Join the email list so that you don't miss anything. We have hundreds of people who are now on the list, and so it's for everybody. So it's for everyone who wants to learn about print school and how we get stuff done. Our first weekly strategy email, which you get for free in your inbox, which gives you tips and insights on everything printing and print on demand and e-commerce. You get one email a week that's going to give you all those strategies, and then you'll get updates throughout the week. Go here so you can get it for free. Okay. And then, of course, if you have any questions or you would like to do some one on one coaching with me, I took away one on one coaching that was in my main business. And now I only do coaching, or sorry, one on one, like one time sessions with individuals for who want to launch a print based business like planners, journals, print on demand, e commerce. Then you can email me here at hello@glamprintgo.com and we can schedule a one on one session. One on one sessions are $197 and it includes a 45-minute online Zoom call because I have clients from all over, literally the world. And so I've had clients who were in Japan and it was morning for them. I think it was night for me. And, clients from London, I have clients from Africa. Shout out to Ghana and shout out to South Africa, who were recent clients in Johannesburg. And shout out to Canada. So you can be from anywhere, and it includes a 4-week execution plan. So when we get off the call, I'll send you your homework because I'm not about wasting people's time. If I'm going to talk to you for 45 minutes, what are we doing for these 45 minutes? Okay. So I'm going to give you your homework that you'll do over the course of the next 4 weeks. So you'll have 30 days to execute. And then if you decide that you would like to book another call with me, you need to do your homework first from the first call before you book the second one. Because again, I'm not into just sitting on the phone with people all day and we just talk all day. I don't have that kind of time, and neither should you. So this is about for those of you who need me to go through your stuff. You need me to look at all your stuff. You need me to tell you what's a good idea, what's not. You need me to kind of comb through and figure out, basically how to get your everything organized. And so no matter what phase you're in, I will definitely be able to help you. So email me here if you would like to get that. Guys, have a great weekend. I will see you next Monday here on YouTube again for our next video. Bye, guys. See you guys soon. Bye.